I guess if we whipped this up, like real, like to the point to where it was just smooth, this would make a better sauce plate. Plate sauce. So we can kind of just go around it. Go around it for now. I guess we could have also used a ring mold at that point too. And that would have been fine. That probably would have been a better one. So a little whipped more on the ricotta and get like a little ring mold to plant it all in there. That would have worked out a little bit better. Broccoli rabe, it's the same. Broccoli rabe and rapini are the same thing. Just the two different words. Two different names. Hold on. We good to go? We're good to go? We're good to go. All right. Good G2G. All right, so the broccoli rabe, the florets going in. We're going to add in our bacon relish that we had left over. Then we're almost there. Then we're almost there. All right, we're ready to rock on this. Boom. So we're sauteing off the broccoli rabe florets. Good Lord. I went through a period where I could make a mini broccoli rabe cheese egg breakfast burritos. Like cheese, egg, and broccoli rabe, that was it. Just to like get some protein, a little all that in there. A little veg, a little fiber. I dig that. I dig that. Oh. Sounds like a decent spinach substitute. I agree. Yeah, a little red tomato for some pop. Boom. Oh yeah. So this is just some bacon relish that I had left over in my fridge with some broccoli rabe that I also had left over in my fridge because we're making room to go to the market later. We're just clearing out some of the vegetables we need to use and stuff like that. Old milk, that's why we had the ricotta. Okay? All right. So we've got the tomatoes, the bacon relish, the rapini greens, or the rapini florets, the ricotta on the base, a little fresh tomato, and then we have this little guy. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Just cleanse the kitchen with the smoke of that. It's a beautiful little green, isn't it? It's a beautiful little green. Don't we love a beautiful little green here? Son of a bitch. Ah, God damn it. It's the only thing I hate about it. Only thing I hate about it. It's like watercolors with this fucking sauce. All right. And then this is what I wanted to look messy. This was the Jackson Pollock element, you know? So there it is. The ripini, ricotta, the bacon relish, a puree of our leftover parsley and all the greens from the ripini, fried garlic and shallot, all that. I'm going to turn this down just a touch. There we go. All right, let's see. This would be kind of cool. Like if you made it as a burrata dish, maybe? You know what I also realized? I was going to plate this up on the other dish. But I like how it looks on this too. But I just realized I did the reverse plating that I said I was going to do. But I think it still looks good.
Hey, don't
You know,
mind me.
I think
I'm
it
just
still
having
looks
a
good.
stoner
Yeah.
moment.
I know, I really need to label these things. All right. Let's see here. The acidity from the tomatoes and the bacon relish, very good. The bitterness from the ripini and the little bit of bitterness from the flavor of the liquid. Not mad at it. Because when it mixes with the cheese, I would say it could probably even use more bacon relish. Like just go for it. But I think that's really good. I think that's really good. I'm gonna go take this up to Jess really quick, and then we're gonna do the gnocchi. Oh, I am taking my clogs off. My shoes are off. Everybody shut up. I took my shoes off. Oh, hello. I have snacks. I've had a lot of stoner moments, okay? Soaking up all the sauce in the paper towel. I know. That's what it was. It's just too thin. It's too thin. It needs a little bit of body. And I couldn't get a better puree out of all that, and that's like the issue there. When you need to do like a big batch. All right. Ready for the gnocchi? Ready for the gnocchi? I'm going to do it in this plate. Let's get out the cheese. Let's get out the cheese. All right. It is time. It is time for the gnocchi. We're going to use vinegar because we've got the whey, we got all that. Okay. Now, because these do have a high sugar content, we're really going to want to make sure that this pan is hot enough. You temper it, right? You bring the pan temperature up, and then you bring it down to the temperature that you want. Let it sit there for a second. So you got to like prepare your pan. From there, you know, get it in there, saute it. Don't let it stick too long. So you want to make sure that it's got plenty of oil. Yeah, because they could scorch. So you want to be careful. So when you're heating up, a stainless steel pan, I got the, the center core thing, the aluminum center core. It gives it like a better heat disbursement. But basically, if you're like doing eggs and stuff like that, you bring the temperature of your pan up and do the water droplet test. It's a water droplet test. It just beads up. It doesn't like just, it just doesn't go steams up and leaves a mark on your pan. So that's why, one of the reasons why I always have some water when I have a cook, on my line and all that kind of stuff, just to be able to test the pans. Maybe you got to add water to something really quick. You don't want to run over. And I don't have the cool fucking water spigot. That would be fucking epic. That would be fucking epic. Oh shit. My phone app is still up. Or the Tarnation. Yeah, see? Not even. It's hot, but it just steams. That's not what we're going for. It's not what we want. All right, so we've got butter. We've got some shallots. That's all nice and tempered now. I think it's going to be really good. Does water beating on a pan happen before smoking? Before the pan starts smoking? I mean, yeah. But you don't have any oil in it, right? So right now, the pan is almost there. Sometimes you got to move it around. So yeah, it would definitely happen before smoking. But I mean, it would still be, that's fucking hot, But that's just meaning you're tempering your heat. So if you were to do scrambled eggs in it or an omelet, a lot of people have that issue where it's like, fuck, it's not, this pan sucks. And it's like, it's not the pan. It's not that the pan sucks. It's just not getting tempered properly. And that's an easy fix. That's just knowing that trick. So now, let's see if I can bring it over to you guys in time for you to see it before it evaporates. You guys see a little bit of that? Hold on. Yeah. So that right there. That's your beating. That means it's ready. So we're going to turn this down. We're going to turn this down to medium low just for right now. And then when it's time, you put your oil in. And then you put in your product. All right? Let the oil heat up as well. Don't rush it. I know. You want to go, do, and I understand. Want the foods. But, good food takes time. And whatever. If you don't like it, scrape that shit right off your shoes. Like the song says, okay? And know that we love you here still. That doesn't change us. All right, enough of that. So we did save some of the whey, so we can use that for the liquid when we're kind of like. And of course, if you don't know this too, about your oil. You want your oil to get like wavy. You want it to get nice and wavy. Yeah. Ripply. Ripply, I guess is a better one. If it's rippling in the pan, it's ready. It's ready for your ham. Okay? Rippling in the pan, ready for your ham. Or bacon. Or chicken. Or vegetables. Really, whatever you're putting in. I just had a fun theoretical thought. What dish is the easiest or the hardest to cook, and why? Like individual dishes, one is easiest, one is hardest? Or a dish that is both easy and hard? Soft scrambled eggs. So many people try to make it, but so many they just never nail it. I don't know. I would say what we're talking about then, not that it's the easiest or the hardest, it's one that requires finesse. So I said I would say more along the line of what dish needs the most finesse, but at its core is very simple. Soft scrambled eggs. Yeah. And I think that's fine. You need skill or, yes, need skill, not no skill. Yeah. Yeah. It's just that finesse of knowing the look, the timing, everything like that. It's a very simple dish, but it can be completely fucked up if you don't have that sixth sense, you know, of how it should look and taste and do all that. Oscar the puppet, how the fuck are you? How you doing? We're making gnocchi. We're making sweet potato gnocchi because we had sweet potato. Don't stop me now. So I'm trying to keep this at a good heat, not a high heat, because we don't want to scorch the sugars in our gnocchi that are from the sweet potato. So we're doing the sweet potato gnocchi that's in the pan right now. We blanched it off, so now we're just sauteing it up. We saved some of the blanching liquid, so we can add that in at a certain point. But we're going to put butter in here, brown it up with the sage leaves. And we've got some pickled shallots, some marinated shallots that we're going to add in just at the end there, alongside of our whey that we cooked it off in. We made ricotta today, so we had a whey as a you know, random flavor element. So we blanched it in the whey, and we just made a dish with the ricotta. So it was ricotta, broccoli rabe, a bacon relish, and fried garlic and ginger with some tomatoes. And then we did a sauce, a little more like a broth almost, a cold broth. I don't know. Parsley and rapini greens that we put around. It was very bright, very green, very lovely. I never thought about the potato ends up like a gnocchi. Do you mash it and then form? Correct.
Hello.
WWE Brandy. Hello. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. How'd you find the stream? Where you come from? We're about to plate up our final dish. So welcome in. Hello. I love that. I love that combination now. It's so good. Everything else, I was just going through it last night, and I was finding all these different sound alerts, and none of them had just the hello, and I was like, is this one I'm just going to have to make really quick? I was like, I should have just done that in the first place. Summon a bitch. Just browning the different types of streams. It's awesome. Well, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I cook and I smoke weed. So if you like to come and hang out, that's what we do. That's what we do. We are getting into our summertime style of shit, and we are going to do Camp Zaza. And guys, after the gnocchi, I'm going to let you in on the Camp Zaza redemptions that are happening, because I've added a couple. I'm also waiting for my merch to come in. It still hasn't arrived. But it's on its way. So I'll know more about like how it feels, how it looks. I got the bucket hat and the trucker hat. I got the shirt, and I got a sticker. So I just wanted to see how those came out, because those were like the ones where I'm like, these are the big ones for me. These are the big ones. You know? You know what I mean? There we go. These are coming together nicely. Again, I just didn't want to go too crazy with the heat, because you don't want to scorch them. You know? You don't want to scorch them. Well, we've got our butter at the ready. We'll put that in, put in our sage, mount some whey into that, and then finish it with the scallions, and then we're going to grate some Parmesan over the top of that. Oh yeah, these are looking good now. I turned up the heat a little bit more because I want them to start doing it, because they've set a little bit. They're not so soft. Yeah, Sage. You got your shirt? Sick. Nicole, that's awesome.